She knew how to do a little bit of everything. You go fishing with her, you know, there she was, she's catching fish. You want to go to see a concert with her? She's like, okay, we'll dress up, do the part. You want to do this or that? She was, want to play video games all night? Amber's like, I'll do it. Like, it didn't matter. She would do whatever you're doing.
And she loved to cook.
Oh my gosh, she was so good. She went vegetarian and she cooked a deer steak like perfectly. I was like, how do you cook a deer? Nobody can cook a deer steak, and she had it down. She didn't even eat it.
Oh, she don't like you leaving meat out. If you leave it out, she will not eat it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how you learn a lot about microorganisms. Very, very intelligent. Very, very intelligent.
Super intelligent.
She was very intelligent.
Yes, that smile of hers will definitely light a room up.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And her laugh.
And when we were, yeah.
Really.
Yeah, her laugh was actually contagious.
Absolutely.
And
she being in middle school, her laugh was definitely contagious.
And when she used to work at Kmart for taking pictures of kids, she can make that sell. She was a good salesperson.
Oh yeah, at Old Mills.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It was funny. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Bringing out the best in other people. Like,
yes.
It did not surprise me that she was an amazing person to get kids to smile, because she knew exactly what you needed to get it out of you. Like, to rise you out of the funk, to get you into a good place. She was really good for that.
Yep, she definitely was.
All right, well, I'm just going to post in the chat just the kind of order about who's talking with, so everyone can see. Let me just see something.
Okay. Yeah,
Is there a way to see everybody?
Yeah, it's a view that you can choose, whether it's speaker view or gallery. And I'm just going to mute everyone, and then as we take turns, I'll unmute that one person, and then we can collectively come back together at the end, just so that the background noise is minimized. So the background noise gets picked up. I do a lot of these meetings, so that's how I know. Sometimes I come to hear somebody else is laughing or crying, or just life. Okay, so here's so now everyone should be muted. Give me a thumbs up if you can still hear. Okay. I do think there's a couple of people that will probably just wander in as we go, which is fine. And the same as if you're ready to go, you can just leave. We are recording it, and you can watch it later if you want to, or maybe you don't want to. That's okay too. It's a bit weird to meet in these circumstances, but I really appreciate everyone, particularly the time slot. I know it's really weird to meet at this time of day, but it was really helpful for me to start my day with it instead of end my day with it. And because I'm so far ahead, it's just been trying to catch up and keep things going. So if you saw the chat, you would see that there's a button you may have to press if you're on a device, and that will sort of outline what today will be. So I will start with the eulogy, and then we have some people that really wanted to speak. And if your name's not on the list and you want to add something at the end, that's fine too. So we'll have the people that are speaking, and then there's a photo montage at the end. Before we start that, I'll just check back in with anyone else to see if anyone else wants to say something else that they feel like really needs to be shared. I also was going to link I've created the videos for today just because I thought it would be easier for me to be able to share without having to say it today. And then the photo montage, both of them have already been uploaded to YouTube. So if we have some sort of technical difficulty, you will be able to access it later. I'll try to get it when I'm playing it. I should be able to play it from my computer and it plays for you. And we'll just try that first to see if it works. I can share my screen. I'm just trying to do that. So can you hear that? Did you hear the start of that? Hold on, I'm just gonna unmute everyone.
It was a little quiet, but some did play.
It has to do with my setting, but it may be your speaker setting as well. My speaker's at 100%, so I'll just start playing, and then if you can't hear it, maybe I'll just link you to the page where you can go listen to it. She was born on a mild spring morning on the 27th of May in 1979 in Allentown, Pennsylvania. She was the first child for our parents, Newlywed, Mary Colwick and David Fox, and was quickly joined by myself 13 months to the day in June. Mary and Dave realized that they were not able to meet each other's needs, and they divorced in 1980, right before Amber's second birthday. Amber was a natural leader, even from a very young age, often encouraging mischief and scheming up ways to escape her crib. One time, the clever escape artist helped me to sneak out of the house and climb all of the stairs to check out the roof of our apartment complex. She was around 2 years old, and I was just about 1. A panicked neighbor ran to our apartment door and got our mom, and my mom was horrified. She bolted to the rooftop to collect us. We were teetering on the edge, so she saved us, really. Amber started kindergarten in Whitehall, and we lived near Parkview Apartments in Fairmont Avenue, right by Jordan Creek. We often played outside and took many adventures walking the tracks into the Wooded Park area. We were often mistaken for twins, especially when we were out, because we were often dressed the same. Occasionally, we were referred to as double trouble. We relocated numerous times throughout our childhood to places like Reading, Lebanon, and Scranton, and then eventually back to Whitehall. Amber was particularly good at making friends and creating games to play. We spent a lot of time outside or by ourselves. And sometimes we would play in our rooms and get up to lots of scandalous Barbie scenarios, including extreme makeovers and sometimes hideous make-unders, thanks to markers, glitter glue, and scissors. We were latchkey kids who walked to school and back by ourselves, unless we were lucky enough to be on a bus line. We gave our mom plenty of gray hairs with our antics. Amber thought it would be a good idea to create a swing in the basement by tying a rope to a cord in the ceiling. What we didn't realize is that it was a telephone line, and we immediately snapped it as soon as we started to swing from it. Our mom was not impressed, and we got into a huge amount of trouble. Another time, we were playing this very elaborate game of My Little Pony featuring rainbows and pink fluffy clouds. What we didn't know was that it was pink fiberglass insulation. So our fingers had glass shards in them for over a week. We have lots of stories like this from our childhood. Our mom and dad found happiness with other partners, and both got remarried, bringing a sense of light and hope to our lives, as well as darkness. My mom had married a man who ended up being a monster and a catalyst for pain, abuse, and further trauma. My dad married Sonia, who was a breath of fresh air and had a son named Christopher. Sonia was kind, patient, and nurturing,
and it was really hard for Amber and myself to feel safe and trust such a stable, calm adult. The elephant in the room is addiction, and the cycle of trauma was difficult for our parents to break free from. It caused deep wounds in not only themselves, but rippled through to their own children. Trauma is a generational experience, and those who have had contact with it will understand that it often causes systemic lifelong wounds. Despite the obstacles and pushing through trauma, Amber was bright and eager to learn. She was good at science, math, and loved Spanish. She was good at defending things she cared about, including his spot on the school bus, and convincing Papa to buy an entire case of chocolate Yoo-hoo because it was more cost effective. She was great at things like that. Amber was very excited to welcome another sibling in August of 1989 when Erica was born. It was a pivotal part of her family experience, and Amber was warm, gentle, and caring. When Amber was in middle school, she joined choir, and she realized that she loved to perform. Our mom got us a camcorder for Christmas, and we made so many movies, Amber scripting so many scenes for added drama or humor, and she was infamous for both. Amber loved the spotlight. Music was a tool that Amber frequently revisited throughout her life. We were fortunate enough to spend a lot of time with our papa, and even lived with him for a few years, before he passed away in 1992. We had a piano that Amber became fascinated with when she was young. She ended up taking lessons, and she would pour her whole heart and soul into the music that she played. I can still hear it, and I can definitely still feel it, the emotions that she played in Moonlight Sonata. She was heavily influenced by musicians like Madonna and Janis Joplin, Karen Carpenter, Nine Inch Nails, The Doors, Dusty Springfield, so many others. Amber found solace in religion when she was around 13. It was the fellowship and care that she had been seeking for a long time, and it helped her feel connected, and it offered her comfort. She was the driving force for encouraging others around her to seek answers themselves, including my dad, Sonia, and myself. While she didn't stay with the church that initially inspired her, she did consistently feel connected to religious beliefs throughout her life. Amber was very good at inspiring others to try something. As you can imagine, at the turn of the 90s, with the life that she had been exposed to, Amber drifted between my mom and my dad's house, trying to find balance and freedom. She started high school at Whitehall, and then she left for a little while to go to Gareth in Allentown and returned back to Whitehall to finish after 2 years. When Amber was in 12th grade, our younger sister, Angelina, was born in 1995, which was a huge blessing. Amber always was able to find friends wherever she went. She wouldn't have called herself popular in high school, but she wouldn't have wanted to be. She was happy with the friends that she had, and she had people she could relax and be authentic with. She always seemed to be so much older than me, even though we were only a year apart. And she was definitely always cooler than I was, or at least I felt she was. After she graduated in 1996, Amber had moved into her own apartment, as her relationship with her mom was strained. Later in the same year, her dad suddenly passed away at the age of 49. I was with Amber at her apartment when we got the call. She was devastated by the loss, as we all were. Amber and I moved in with each other in an apartment in Allentown. I had just started grade 12, and Amber was working at Sam's Club, making plans for her future. She had been inspired by Papa and his career in the Air Force and wanted to follow in his footsteps. Amber attended basic training in the spring of 1998 at San Antonio, Texas. I was able to attend her graduation ceremony. She was so proud of herself, and I was so proud of her. By 1999, she was medically discharged and moved back to Allentown. She was good at reinventing herself and picking up the pieces and making goals for what she really wanted drifts off and on throughout her life, at places around Lehigh Valley, like Frosty Snyder's and the City View Dining. She also did some DJing, as she loves music. Amber attended Reading Area Community College and Allentown Business School. Amber met the love of her life, Rocky Weston, and they eventually married after dating for a while. They worked to overcome challenges in their relationship, often seeking guidance from their local church community. Unfortunately, we hadn't had the best exposure to healthy, functioning adult relationships, and it was difficult for her to navigate with the scars that she carried in her heart. But before long, Rocky and Amber were blessed with children. The demands of motherhood were intense for Amber. She would speak about feeling overwhelmed. Despite various ways, she did try to cope. Amber attended church, she recommitted herself to God, and she was rebaptized. Despite her efforts, it was apparent after a while that she was losing herself in the process of trying to raise children. She had wounds that had never healed and kept her from seeing herself as a capable wife and mother, sending her into self-destruct mode. When she was confident, she was strong and able, and she could move mountains. However, when she felt defeated and unworthy, she would self-medicate and push people away who loved her, including her husband. Amber wanted her children to have a better life than she could provide for them. She made the ultimate sacrifice and gave them up for adoption so that they could live their best lives in a stable, loving home. As you can imagine, this decision was very difficult for our family, and it caused a lot of attachment and separation. Amber moved away to start again, trying to push past the pain of loss. She landed in Brooklyn, New York, where she spent several years looking for comfort and solace. In 2014, her mom died at the age of 56. It was a complicated time and difficult for her to process the loss. Amber sort of drifted through the next few years, and she eventually moved to Las Vegas in 2018, looking again for a fresh start in a new place. We don't know much about her life there, but we know it was very difficult for her. She had reached out to Rocky, her husband, again, and they had been separated for so many years. She was hoping to rekindle something, but they never got the opportunity to. Amber was very good at rising above the obstacles and finding friendship. It was really a boiling hot day in Las Vegas on the 29th of May, 2020, when Amber was walking down the street with some friends that she had made. But something wasn't right. Amber had difficulty walking. The friends were very concerned and they rushed to get her some help, but when the paramedics arrived, they were unable to revive her. Amber was 42 years old, and she had just celebrated her birthday 2 days before. Amber self-medicated with alcohol to ease a lifetime of pain in her heart. Her prolonged use, coupled with the extreme heat, is what caused her to pass away too soon. Amber was a beautiful person who had a radiating smile. She could be a strong leader and very caring. Despite not thriving as a mother, Amber did have the best of intentions. Her selfless love gave her children the best chance for success and stability. The foundation of her life was irreparably damaged in the process of surviving childhood. The sadness for our family is in the comeback story that we didn't get to see into fruition, as her life was just cut too short. Her children will never get to speak to her when they are grown and ask her the difficult questions and get those difficult answers. We honor her spirit and her journey into making a meaningful life, and we hope that now she can rest in peace. In closing, I wanted to read an extract from The Velveteen Rabbit that I felt sort of summed up a bit of my feelings. Real isn't how you are made for this thing was. It's a thing that happens to you. When a child loves you for a long, long time, not just to play with, but really loves you, then you become real. Does it hurt? Asked the rabbit. Sometimes, said the skin horse, for he was always truthful. When you are real, you don't mind being hurt. Does it happen all at once, like being wound up, he asked, or bit by bit? It doesn't happen all at once, said the skin horse. You become. It takes a long time. That's why it doesn't happen often to people who break easily, or have sharp edges, or who have to be carefully kept. Generally, by the time you are real, most of your hair has been rubbed off, and your eyes drop out, and you get loose in the joints and very shabby. But these things don't matter at all, because once you are real, you can't be ugly, except to people who don't understand. I suppose you are real, said the rabbit. And then he wished he had not said it, for he thought the skin horse might be sensitive. But the skin horse only smiled. The boy's uncle made me real, he said. That was a great many years ago. But once you are real, you cannot become unreal again. It lasts for always. Amber and I were not particularly close towards the end of her life. I sort of always thought that we would have an opportunity to come back together again. That this period, this stage, this distance would be some sort of healing and we would recover from it. I tried really hard not to focus on regrets in my life and just accept where I am in the moment. I won't get that chance again, though. But one thing I do know is that without Amber, I would not have survived my childhood. We bore witness to each other's journey, bolstering each other up for needed. Amber took care of me. She guided me, she protected me. She was my big sister, and she will always be my big sister. She gave me courage to be stronger than I really was. I truly believe that my resilience in life was built on the foundation of her love. Finally, I just wanted to read a Native American quote. May the stars carry away your sadness. May the flowers fill your heart with beauty. May hope forever wipe away your tears. And above all, may silence make you strong.
Hello?
Yep. Are we back? Yes, I think so.
Hi.
Hi. So, are we do we take turns now speaking? I'm just gonna follow the lead because this is my first time doing this. Unmute. I am unmuted. Is this, am I supposed to speak now? I'm not sure what to do here.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. So it's for me to speak now? Okay. I met Amber in 2006 when I moved from New Jersey to Pennsylvania. The day I met her, I was not looking for love. I was not looking for any relationship at all. And I see this beautiful blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl standing in front of the Pizza Mart, and she asked me for 50 cents, and that is how our relationship started. I knew something was the matter, and she was not telling me the whole story about why she's outside and this and that. So needless to say, I took her home with me, and within 1 week, I fell in love with her. the first 2 years of our relationship was very, very rocky. It was a lot of ups and downs. But one thing she has done for me is she had made me a better person. She'd helped me with forgiveness, and she was such a powerful impact in my life that I never gave up on her. And even though we were separated for a long time now, there's not a day that I did not think about her. She was an amazing woman. She will always be an amazing woman to me. I will remember no bad from her or with her, because she is a loving mother, a wonderful wife. She sang so beautiful in the church choir, and after 2 years, we were wild. So we rededicated ourselves back into the church, back into a relationship with Christ and God. And that's when life was the American dream. We had 3 beautiful children together, and they are blessed beyond what you can ever imagine. I remember when she was pregnant, she would play Beethoven and Mozart with the baby headphones and to raise the synapses in the brain. And I see the fruits of that because, Zachary is musically inclined and very gifted. He's very, very powerful influence. And I always say that Jesus has a plan for all of us. Now, I was at work the day my sister called me up, and I found out that Amber has gone up to be with God. And I know for a fact, no matter what she was into working out there, we don't know. Nobody knows a lot of things. But one thing I do know is she loved God, and she even told me in a dream that she had that she was God's little helper. And I know that she is there, and her life is going to be continuing to live through all of us that's still alive in our memories. I have dealt with a lot of emotions, and I've done a lot of crying recently to make sure that I can keep my composure now, because Amber has helped me understand the seriousness of mental illness. When mental illnesses are a major factor in someone's life and it's untreated, it becomes very unmanageable. And so she helped me understand that, because I thought it was a joke. People say they got issues and this and that. But she definitely will forever be in my heart, forever. I constantly look at pictures of us, when she was at Olan Mills, and that smile is a dream print from Olan Mills that's on my phone. And she just looked like she's a beautiful angel. I look at her and I just always believe she was an angel, and she's going to be loved and she's going to be missed by many, and I just hope that we all heal from this moment, and that we continue to build healthy, positive relationships with people. And that's what I do in my life today. I work hard. I pay my rent, I pay my bills. I mean, that's not important. But as was important is I want to continue to become a better person. I want to be able to value and appreciate people, no matter what their faults are, and because we're all in this, we all have things going on in life. We all have different kind of trials and tribulations throughout our life, but it makes us stronger. And I really hope that life gets better for everybody. I really hope that Amber's looking down right now and seeing all the people that love and care about her, and that her life was not in vain. Our marriage, I was never going to ever divorce her, no matter what. Our bond was too strong. There was too much history. And I'm going to say that I will love her for the rest of my life. And I will love the children we had. I will continue to be the best person I could be each day that I move forward. And I know that other people.
Yes, amen.
So okay. So I guess that's me. That's my piece. And I will never ever forget her. ever. I will never forget our children. And God, from the very beginning, really quickly, I knew it was a God situation. I gave up a lot of sacrifices because I cared more about other people's happiness and safety and well-being. And I did not want children that I was a father to grow up like I did, you know, because they deserve the best and they have the best and they're going to continue to have the best. And God bless everybody.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Up next is Sonia, if you're ready to share. I'm going to unmute you. You might have to unmute yourself.
Okay, can everybody hear me all right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, this is really hard. This is very unexpected. I certainly didn't think that I would ever be doing Amber's memorial. I don't think any of us thought that, especially at this stage. So I am Amber's stepmom. I married their dad. Sarah, do you remember how old you guys were? 10 and 11, I think.
When were you for which bit?
Yeah, but anyway, but our home was chaotic because everybody had a traumatic past. So it was really hard. I mean, we tried to have stability and we definitely had a lot of love there. But Amber and Sarah lived with their mom and they would visit us. And then for a short period of time, both girls lived with me after their dad died. But I just remember that there were times when she and I got along really well. And then there were times when she was a teenager and she started making choices I didn't approve of, then she got angry and decided to move back in with her mom. And there was a very painful but very short period of time when we were estranged. And then she found out that that I was pregnant with Angelina. And that's all it took. The fact that there was another baby coming, Amber was right there. And she did love babies. And from then on, you know, our relationship was pretty good until I moved out of the area. And then I sort of lost track until Mary passed away. And that was the first time I had seen her in years. And it was just like, you know, like all those years hadn't gone by. One thing I remember is, as Sarah said, Amber was a leader. And she always wanted to be first. And in fact, her dad used to tell me funny stories about how Amber used to tell Sarah, I get to be the captain. I get to be the captain. And one thing she would do is they would always fight over the front seat whenever we went somewhere. And Amber always wanted to be, you know, ride shotgun. You know, she always wanted to be in the front seat. And they would squabble about it. And I tried to remember whose turn it was, but I remember one time Sarah changed tactics and she said to Amber, it's okay, Amber, you can be in the front seat and I'll get into the back seat. Amber didn't know what to do with that. And she got all flustered and she got mad at Sarah and said, you're just doing this to me on purpose. Because she just, any change like that, she had a hard time. But it was interesting to see the two of them because they were only 13 months apart. Very, very different, but very, very close. So I can imagine that this is very devastating for you, Sarah. And, you know, I just, you know, I have missed Amber during the years that I have not been around her. But she will always be one of the daughters of my heart. And I guess that's about all I want to say, except for I'm just very grateful that all of you have come together to pay tribute to her as well. That's it.
Thank you. That was lovely. Now, next we have Carolyn, who is the adoptive mom for 2 of Amber's kids. So I'm just going to pass it over to them and mute myself.
I need to get closer, so can you help me, please? Okay. So we have, I have a poem to read and a few things to say, but I think we like to start off with, we're going to share the screen. Rebecca had posted about Moonlight Sonata as a song that Amber would play on the piano. And Zachary really has Amber's talents musically. Ariella has her crafting talents. So they have the seed, and they're really really blooming with it on the talents that Amber had. So Zachary learned Moonlight Sonata in a day. A little bit. He's going to play some of it. We've recorded it already. So this is in honor of Amber.
Sarah, do you have that to share? If not, can you let us share screen? You have to enable us to share the screen. Oh, you're on mute, Sarah.
Sorry. I'm just trying to see if I can change it. Okay, let's.
Yeah, I got it now.
Okay. I was just saying, I do have it as part of the photo montage because I was uploading it, but.
Okay.
Does everybody see the video? All right, we're gonna play it.
I can't see the video. I can hear it, but I can't see it.
So Zachary is an amazing musician. He plays viola with Ariel. Ariel is being shy. From what I'm told, Ariella is a mini Amber with her looks of just like Amber was at that age. Come here. Come here. Come closer. I don't know why we're being shy. She's a very outgoing little girl. So I have a poem to read. This is called, take a deep breath here, Safely Home. I am home in heaven, dear ones. Oh, so happy and so bright. There is perfect joy and beauty in this everlasting light. All the pain and grief is over. Every restless tossing past. I am now at peace forever, safely home in heaven at last. There is work still waiting for you, so you must not idly stand. Do it now while life remains. You shall rest in Jesus' land. When that work is all completed, he will gently call you home. Oh, the rapture of that meeting. Oh, the joy to see you come. The times that Tom and I were with Amber in the first 6-7 months of visitations, I truly believe in my heart that if she didn't carry the burdens in her heart, she would have been an amazing mother. Just seeing her those times interacting with the kids, she would have been a great mom. And we are very blessed from Amber and from Rocky to have Zachary and Ariella, who are doing amazing. They are straight A students. They love music, crafts. Zachary's our little computer wizard, of course. And Ariella is, she loves to sing, and she's getting very embarrassed me talking about her. Do you have anything to say? So, we do talk a lot. They ask many questions about their birth parents, and we talk, and we have lots of pictures, and we know that someday later in life they'll meet with Rocky. And I have asked some people to put together some stories, and we're putting together an album of Amber's life so the children have it for when they're older. Do you want to say anything? So, thank you, Sarah.
Thank you for sharing that. On the list next is Rebecca. If you're ready to share.
I might have too much to say, but I'll try to trim it down. I'm pretty good with editing. Like, it's even before this happened, like, I've been missing Amber for a long time, you know. I'm sorry, I'm gonna be a mess. Because we really did spend a lot of time together, you know. Like, we've been friends since 5th grade. We lived together since then, like, on and off, and, like, you know, she helped me, like, bring Corey into the world. So I thought it was only ever going to have one child, and to those who know me know I've had one recently. But before that, it was only Corey, and a lot of that was due to Amber. Like, she was just there pushing me on when I think I couldn't do it. You know, she was like, oh, you know, you're just going to have such an amazing time, and you got to have this baby, and you got to do everything. Because I wasn't doing anything right at that time. I just had a brief period of craziness. And, like, it was funny because, like, her and I hanging out together, like, she was always, like, the wild one, and so fun. Like, so fun. And introducing me to just, like, living life to the fullest always. But, you know, like, when it was time to, like, settle down for me to, like, have a baby and everything, like, I didn't think I could do it. And she was just right there for me. And I picked her up on the way to the hospital. Like, we were like, I'm like, I'm having a baby. We got to call Amber. We got to find her. And we, like, tracked her down and picked her up, and she went with. And, like, I remember her, like, I was like, I'm too hot. She went and turned the air conditioner up, and I'm like, I'm too cold. And she'd go grab blankets, and, like, she was nothing but kind to my son, and, like, was really extravagant on him. And I want her children to know, like, she gave you the best life that she could. She knows your parents are amazing, because she would have never, ever sacrificed leaving her children to anyone but the best. Like, because she's really a great person, and it's hard to understand as a child. But, you know, some parents, like, don't even want to have kids if they think they can't take care of them. But Amber was like, no, I'll bring them into the world, and I'll make sure that they have the best parents that they can get, no matter what. And she did. I can see your parents love you so much. And, like, she just wanted good for everybody. Like, I could be a little jerk when I was a kid, and, like, everybody would be like, you can't be like that. That's not the kind of people we're supposed to be. And I was like, but I want to be mad, and I want to think people are jerks. And she'd be like, everybody's good in some way. Like, she just had advice like she was, like, living here for 100,000 years already. Like, she was just so amazing. Like, I remember, like, as kids, she told me, we were in, like, seriously, like, 7th grade lunch period, and she told me that all the musical combinations of the world will be used up by, like, 2017 or something, and after that it's all going to be the same. And I was like, my mind was blown, and I was like, why do you say stuff like that? I don't even know what you're talking about. And it was just because she was so smart, because it haunted me. I was like, she's right. Everything sounds the same. Every song sounds the same in some way. So like, she was always giving some funny advice, like about anything. And it was something that would just stick because she was that kind of person that made you think about what she said. And I remember when we were kids, we would say we would get each other to, I would take her to New York City and she would take me to the Grand Canyon. And we never got to the Grand Canyon, but New York was easy because it was only like 2.5 hours away. But even when we went there, it was right before 9/11, and we went the weekend before. I begged, I was like, I need someone to go with me. I had to go to New York for some unknown reason. And she's like, I'll go with you. And we actually taped it. It's only like 2 minutes of tape. I'll see if I can find it. But like right after it happened, like I was asleep in our house, and we were, Sarah, we were renting your old house that you grew up in, where Walter, your grandfather, lived. And and we were up, like I was upstairs sleeping, and she came up and she was trying to wake me up, and I wouldn't wake up, and she's like kicking me, and she's like, New York's on fire, get down here. And I was like, oh, I'm tired. And she's like, what's wrong with you? And she's like, you need to come down and see this. So like I came down and watched it, and we both went crazy because, you know, we're just young 20 something, didn't know anything about the world. We drove to the grocery store and we stocked up on food, and we like bought like these giant 10-pound bags of rice, and we're like, I guess we'll have to stay hidden in the house because there's going to be a war, like all this crazy stuff. And like we were on each other's team for it. And that's funny because that's when she played Moonlight Sonata on our answering machine because we were like all sad. And she and I worked together at this bar, and she was DJing there, and we made like these little flag pins for everybody. We cut apart some jeans and some striped fabric and sat there making all these little pins, and we handed them out to everybody. And we were just both so convinced on the same team about all kinds of stuff. And like we didn't know how young we were at the time, but she just always knew more than I did. And it was, I could seriously talk for days and days about all the fun we had, but she was always just putting a different spin on things. And like no matter what it was, Amber added her music to it and her taste and her flair. And I don't know, like things that like I want everyone to think of is when you see like the time 108, Amber would always say lucky 108, like whenever it was. And I don't know what significance it was to her, I just know she cared about it. So like ever since, when I see 108, I think of Amber. And like I'd really hope everyone would do the same. And just fun stuff. Like when we graduated, she played Groove Is in the Heart at my house like 6 times on repeat while starting a conga line, and like made everybody do it. She's like, no, keep dancing, keep dancing. And we're like, okay, Amber says so, she's in the front, and let's go. So she really was a leader no matter what. Like fun stuff. Like she just constantly added fun and like complexity to all situations. And like I can't be more grateful for knowing her. And I hate that we're never going to see each other again in this lifetime, but I love that I'm positive we're going to meet in the next, because like I think of her all the time. And I tell my husband all the time that he missed out for not meeting her. And I always be like, oh, my wild friend Amber, because I couldn't really bring it to who she was, but I was like, she was the wild one. She painted everything the way she saw it. She played music the way she saw it. She sang with all her heart. Like everything, you would think she was shy if you just looked at her, and then you talked to her for a second, and she wasn't. She just was like, here's what you need to know about this, that, and the other thing. And then you'd be like, I don't know if I'm ready for it. And she's like, well, you're getting it. And here it is. And I was like, it was just so great because it was so much fun so early in life that just like kept going on. And like I'm so sad for the years I missed out with her, because we had like almost nothing but a good time. Like we were just always up to something, and it was always something memorable, you know. Like even if it was playing video games all night, it was the best time. Like we waited all night to play video games. We're like, we'll wait till all the boys fall asleep and all the people are gonna yell at us, and we'll drink Jolt Cola thanks to your grandfather having it, Sarah. Like we'll drink the soda, and that's gonna make us stay awake, and we're just gonna have the best time ever. And it was just always like that. It was just like, even when it was like boring, it wasn't boring. Like she just really added something to everything. And I think anyone who knows her will think of her and picture she's there. She's right there, you know, like she's so ever present that it's really wild, because I've lost a lot of people in my life already. and she's gonna be the one that's like the hardest. Like I want to see her right now. I want to hug her. Like I just like, she's so fun. Like it's like, it's the word that comes to mind first. It's like fun, and then intelligent is like crazy, because she didn't like brag about it, but she was so smart, like so smart, and like she could do anything she wanted to do. She was going to do it if she wanted to do it. Like, and there's not many people, like I think I want to do stuff and then I'll just like, I'll just go take a walk. Like it's past. Like Amber's like, no, I'm going to do it. Like, and she did. And like, you don't meet that in a lot of people, and you don't meet that kind of like just strong presence, you know? Like she just, I don't know. She was just a very loving person. And I'll end it with this. I don't know if anyone ever saw it, but there's an English show called Absolutely Fabulous. And I was always like the mom with the little kid, and she was the blonde beehive diva. So we were always like, sweetie darling, and we would talk in it all the time. So I was Adina and she was Patsy, naturally. And I can't see it without laughing my head off. I'm like, that's my Amber, that's my Patsy. Like she's gonna be mine in my heart forever. And like I can't miss her enough, and I can't wish to hold her and hug her enough. And I really, really am looking forward to seeing her again, because like I don't think much about who you're really gonna see in the afterlife, because no one knows how it's gonna work. But I feel so strongly about her, and like, you know, she told me about the rapture when we were only like 12, and she was like, I can't wait to see Jesus come back. And I was like, you're crazy, I'm frightened. And she was like, no, it's good, it's good. I was like, what kind of person feels like comfortable about that? But Amber did, like always. And I know we all love her so much, and I hope everyone just only thinks of good stuff, because she was riddled with amazingness, like crazy. So God love her, and we're all gonna see her again sometime.
Thank you for that. Up next, we have Erica.
All right, hi. So Amber was my older sister, and she was 11 years older than I am. So for most of my life, like, we weren't really close because she babysat me, kind of thing. But she was always there in my early childhood that I remember. And like, she was passionate in everything. It didn't matter what it was, just she was vibrant and colorful. And like, after we moved out of state and I couldn't see her anymore, like anytime anyone played piano, I would think of Amber. And because she played it all the time. I couldn't learn how to play the piano because my hands don't work very well. But I remember that one of the times when I was a kid that I don't remember what piece she was trying to learn, but I think it was a Chopin piece. And I remember she was complaining because she's like, he must have had 6 fingers, because there's no way you can get from that note to that note. That's impossible. How did he do that? And just, I remember with really difficult pieces, just thinking of just, no, 6 fingers, and I don't have enough. And just, music was just so much of what growing up was all the time, and especially around her. And I also, like, she was also the sister that put into my head that, hey, you can have any color hair you want, because for a while there, her hair changed like every week. And like, she had blue and green and purple, like as many colors as, you know, were there. But I remembered she would do it not permanently, but she would dye her hair with Kool-Aid, so her hair would smell like fruit after as well. And I was like, wait, you can do that? And just, she was so vibrant in so many ways. And like, I mean, I only have 9 years of memories with her, and there's so many of them. And just, especially for me, I'm gonna be sad that I didn't really get a chance to get to know her as an adult, you know, because like, when you're a kid, you don't really know who you are yet, and nobody does. So you kind of get a whole new introduction with your siblings when you're an adult. And I'm not really gonna have that. And that's what I'm really sad about. That like, my mom and I went to her mom's funeral. So I did get to like talk to her again. And I gave her my phone number, and like she called one night. I don't know what she was just calling, and it was late, and she was just all excited and just like, she's like, I'm so proud of you for just doing well in your life. And so like, it's 3 a.m, but okay. And I mean, it was just, she was so positive all the time. And I wish that I could have had so much more time with her than I'm gonna get to have. And that's about what I have. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Erica, for sharing that. It's beautiful. We've got Patty slotted for next. I'm just going to unmute you. Are you there? Is that your sound? Sorry, there's 2. Are you speaking now?
Can you hear me, Sarah?
Yes, I can hear you now. I'm going to mute myself now so you can have the floor.
I'm so nervous, though.
You'll be great. I can believe in you.
Okay. Amber, the Amber I knew was a good person. Amber lit up the room. And like Rebecca said, she would have been a great mother if she was in her right mind. She was always a good person. Am I echoing, Sarah? Hello? Can you hear me, Sarah?
I can. There's definitely an echo.
Yeah, because you know my iPad don't work, but my cell phone works. Let me see. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry about that. Amber was a good. I'm sorry. I'm so nervous. I'm not a good speaker. Amber was a good person, but then I don't see nobody. Amber was a good person. She had a great heart, and I'm speaking on behalf of my grandmother that's in the room. And she loved to sing. She loved to cook. And, you know, when she was in her right mind, she would have been a great mother. I feel, though, Caroline. I'm sorry, Caroline. I'm so nervous. I'm sorry, Caroline. I'm so nervous. Caroline and her husband are such great parents, and I feel like the kids are doing so good, and it's a blessing that you guys have them. And Amber, oh, I'm so echoing. This is terrible. I'm sorry. I'm gonna end this because the echoing is not working on my end. Sorry.
I've muted her just because of the echoing issue. Does anybody else want to share something before we do the photo montage? I'm just going to unmute everybody, including the echo, so prepare yourselves. Okay.
Not that it's of importance, but something I just want to say is come up is like the scent. Amber always wore some form of like vanilla or musk.
Jovan Musk.
Right?
Yeah.
Like always. But she always like melted it to what she wanted. She would put in like right now I have this like amber and tobacco candle.
Yep.
But, like she always mixed perfumes till the smell was perfect. So if someone asked for her perfume, they would never get it because she made the scent. And I could be in the middle of nowhere and I'd be like, that smells like Amber. And I'm like, she just always made things. So I feel like I left it, like it's weird, but you know that song, That Wind Beneath My Wing? I was listening to it and I was like, it was weird because I was the more shy, hidden one for a while. So we kind of took turns, but she always like blew up and was always brighter and stuff. But she always built me up, and she just always put effort into making you feel good and feel who you were, even though she still was the star. Like, it was just so cool. So like I was listening to the song and thinking, I'm like, that was Amber. Like, she wasn't one that would like keep you down because it was something that she wanted to do. You know, she wanted to make sure everybody was like up another step and up who they were. And it's just something that I think is so cool because, you know, at this point now I've met a ton of people in life, and like Amber is definitely such a one of a kind. And like, for all her struggles, which she obviously had a lot, like completely not her fault, like stuff, like I think she gave me my passion towards children because like I've known her as a little kid, and I'm like, stuff shouldn't happen to little kids. Like, nothing bad should happen to a little kid. And here I meet her and everything bad happened to her, and she was still like just kept being a good person. You know, she wouldn't hurt anybody on purpose. She was just like so like innocent in that level, like just so nice and so good. And anything she ever did that I think was unkind was like borderline on accident, you know? Like, she really just was such a great person. And I just, Lucky 108, smell vanilla, think of Amber, because that's her, and she needs to be remembered constantly because she really was a really fun, good person. Like, just, I want everyone to think of her often because I think she would want them to. She doesn't want anyone tortured by any means, but she definitely, like, she should be remembered more than a lot of people I know just for just being such a cool, standout, amazing person. So fun. Sorry, back to you, Sarah. Sorry, but it's just
no, it's
my brain.
I have her like a photo montage for her, but does anyone else want to say anything before I start it?
I just wanted to add a little bit, if that's all right. I was just thinking, as Rebecca and some of the other people were sharing, is that Amber had a wonderful sense of fashion. She could put clothes together that shouldn't have worked, and yet it worked. And whenever she got me a gift, it was always very thoughtful, and it was always really unique. But I remember she got me this striped blazer, and it had multiple colors, and I kept that for years, even after it didn't fit me anymore, because it reminded me of her. She was also really good at remembering anniversaries and birthdays, and she always made sure she reached out. And even when we were going through our challenging times, she still sent me a card for Mother's Day, and that really touched me. That's all I can say without getting too emotional again.
Amber was a great person. She had a loving heart.
Your words are lovely. They just keep.
I know. I'm about to mute myself again. It's the phone and the iPad at the same time, but
you know she finds it hilarious though.
Exactly. That's exactly. All right, I'll show this, and then if anyone wants to add anything at the end, then they can.
Hey, baby.
For whatever reason, I can't see anybody anymore.
I started my screen share, so hold on. Okay.
Like a little Boba Fett, do you?
All right. Can everyone see the white square now?
Yes.
Yeah, I see the white square.
Right.
Yep, I see it.
Oh, before I actually start it, I might mute everyone just to make it easier. I'm just trying to see why. Okay. I'm trying to unmute everyone. I don't know if it worked.
Very nice.
Thank you so much, everyone, for coming to share and celebrate. And I can hear my own voice.
Better eat. Josh. That's my son.
Thank you so much, Sarah.
Yeah, thank you a lot for hosting this, and we just go one time. That's what we can keep doing. One day at a time.
Mhm. I will post up the videos. I know it's hard to sometimes actually hear and stream it well. So it's been so good to see everyone, and some of you I haven't seen for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Something just a little funny is Corey, my first son, was due on Amber's birthday, but then I had him on May 29th, and now my second baby was due on May 29th, but I had him on May 27th. So no matter what, Amber's numbers were going to be involved.
Wow.
Yeah, we're going to be intertwined, I'm sure, forever. So it's good to know that she's looking out for us now, because you know she is. She's not leaving anyone behind.
Definitely. All right, I'm going to stop recording.